when would a criminal investigation commence?
Okay, so good morning sa lahat ng mga nakikinig dyan sa USA, Canada at dito sa Pilipinas. So maraming salamat po sa pag-tune in dito sa ating munting channel. Sa lahat ng subscribers natin dyan, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Mr. Chairman, kanina pa po ako nakikinig sa mga legal positions ng bawat panig. But I think I would agree with the Honorable Guevarra that the bone of contention of this issue is contained in Article 127, Paragraph 2. May I know, ano po yung definition nyo ng the term commence? Kasi if I read yung statement na pinagtatalunan natin ngayong araw na ito is, the withdrawal shall not affect any cooperation with the court in connection with criminal investigations and proceedings in relation to which the withdrawing state had a duty to cooperate. That's the first condition. Pero hindi po, may second and ang sinabi, which were commenced prior to the date on which the withdrawal became effective. Yun po yung crux of the issue, Di po ba? But may I ask, Your Honor, the Solicitor General, what is, I think this statute has also its rules of procedure. In the same manner that we have our rules of criminal and civil procedure. Tama po?
Tama po yan,
Yes.
Your Honor.
Now, the statement speaks of the term commence. So, going to Webster Dictionary, it means to begin or to start. Tama po?
Tama po.
Would you agree, Your Honor?
Tama po.
Oh. But, doon po sa previous statement, it is in connection with criminal investigations.
Tama po.
Now, when would a criminal investigation commence?
Yes, Your Honor, if we are going to base it on Article 13, it is when one of the instances would be when the ICC prosecutor motu proprio requests for investigation.
Okay, so sinabi ni Soljen Guevarra na yung commencement ng investigation ay the time na nag-request ang prosecutor to investigate. Parang ganoon yung gusto niya sabihin. Okay.
Request to commence.
Parang nagdadalawang isip pa si
Maybe
Soljen
we
Guevarra
should
dito.
take a look at
No.
Article 13.
Article 13 speaks of exercise of jurisdiction. Yes, I agree, Your Honor. Kaya nga po, tinatanong ko kasi nandito po yung issue natin Kanina ko pa pinakikinggan yung mga legal treatises ninyo pero
Okay.
this
So,
issue
Article
should be resolved.
13, yung sinabi
What is
ni
the legal definition insofar as
Soljen Guevarra.
international law is concerned sa term not to commence? And insofar as international law is concerned, what do we mean by criminal investigations? And when does a criminal investigation start with international law? Yun po yung issue ngayon
Yes, Your Honor. In the case of the Rome Statute, which created the ICC, the commencement of the investigation would be at the point where the pre-trial chamber authorized the ICC prosecutor to commence his investigation. That is exactly what the two judges of the appeals chamber said.
So, ibig sabihin pala na yung kung tusundan natin yung sinasabi ni Soljen Guevarra na magsisimula yung investigation kung i-authorize ng court ng ICC ang prosecutor to start the investigation. Okay, so tuloy natin.
In fact, the prosecutor filed a request for the commencement of his investigation. He made that request to the pretrial chamber in March of 2021. So,
Okay, so March 2021, nag-request ang prosecutor sa pretrial chamber na mag-start ng investigation.
the pretrial chamber authorized the commencement of the investigation in September of 2021.
I heard
Okay.
that from you,
So, na-approve
Your Honor.
September
So that is my
But,
answer.
2021.
I also listened to my good friend, the Honorable Colmenares. And I'm speaking as an investigator, Your Honor. A criminal investigation starts the moment a complainant files a complaint against somebody. Kaya, tama yung sabi po ninyo, Cong Colmenares, kanya-kanyang interpretasyon ito. Because a look at the rules of procedure, dito po sa rules of procedure ng Rome Statute, wala akong makita na that will state kung kailan nagsisimula yung criminal investigation stated in Article 127. Yun po yung ko. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, if I might just clarify doon, Mr. Chair, just
Okay, so sabi ni Congressman Acop na wala daw nakasulat doon sa Rome Statute kung kailan nag-commence or nagsimula yung investigation. Tingnan natin, pakinggan natin si Congressman Colmenares.
clarify kung Acops. Short lang, Mr. Chair. Kasi I agree with the Solgen, exercise of jurisdiction is under Article 13 in relation to Article 15. And that's what the Solgen said
In
kanina.
relation to Article 12.
12. But then Article 13 refers to 15. You mentioned it that kanina. What does Article 15 say? To the trigger ng exercise of jurisdiction. The prosecutor may initiate investigations proprio moto on the basis of information on crimes within the jurisdiction of the court.
Okay, so ito yata yung hindi alam ni Solgen Guevarra, yung Article 15, or gusto niya lang i-avoid itong Article 15 na ito na pino-point out ni Congressman Colmenares.
It does not say that the prosecutor will ask, but it says initiate. So that is different from preliminary investigation. And that
Yun,
is
Nelecturan
founded,
tuloy.
Mr. Chair, for the lawyers
Si
na lang. Under the
Solgen
same
Guevarra
Article
dito.
15 referred to by the Solicitor General, subsection 6, which says, if after preliminary examination referred to in paragraph 1, which is investigation, the prosecutor concludes that information provided does not constitute a reasonable basis for investigation, he shall inform. And on the other hand, he may even also ask. So basically, ang sinasabi ko lang, Mr. Chair, while of course the victims will argue na nung final namin yan, it's a matter under consideration by the ICC. But even granting the argument of the government na it's Article 12 and 13 in relation to 15, then the start of the preliminary examination, which is in 2018, is the start or the commencement of the proceedings. But the government, well, they argue, no, it's not the preliminary examination of the prosecutor. It's when he or she requests for the preliminary investigation. So that's a matter of interpretation now. But for us, Article 15 is very clear. The exercise of jurisdiction is triggered when the prosecutor motu proprio investigates, doesn't even ask for approval, investigates, and that's why we say under the terms of Article 127, it has commenced and therefore the state has to cooperate. Thank you, Mr. Chair, for...
Okay, so ibig sabihin pala hindi kailangan na humingi ng permiso itong mga prosecutor to start the investigation. Ang kailangan lang ng prosecutor ay simulan ng investigation. They can do it by themselves. So, motu proprio. moto proprio, no? So pwede silang magsimula kahit hindi sila inutusan ng korte. Katulad ng ibang mga government agencies, tulad ng CHR, no? Pwede silang magsimula ng investigation without um, the approval of the government. So, yun. Tingnan natin.
That.
Joint chairman. The exercise of jurisdiction, which is the second aspect mentioned by the Solicitor General, is covered by Article 13. And that exercise of jurisdiction commences when the prosecutor has initiated an investigation in respect of such a crime in accordance with Article 15.
Yan.
That is when
Ayun. Si Congressman Colmenares, sinabi niya is Article 15. Ang sinabi ni Congressman Lagman is also Article 15. So meaning, ito yung hindi alam or ina-avoid ni Soljan Guevarra na article. Kasi dito siya talaga tatamaan. No?
that jurisdiction, when the exercise of that jurisdiction commences. Because the prosecutors are part of the ICC. Now, what does Section 15 say? Section 15 provides for two kinds of investigation. One is investigation motu proprio of the prosecutor. But under the agencies, under the coverage of the ICC. And the second investigation is the investigation which is usually referred to as the preliminary investigation as authorized by the pre-trial check.
So, ibig sabihin, dalawa pala yung way, no, to start the investigation. First is motu proprio na pwedeng pwede na magsimula yung prosecutor without the approval of the court, and the other one is the court itself ang mag-utos sa prosecutor na simulan na ang investigation. So dito, according to Soljan Guevarra, nag-file ng request ang prosecutor ng March 21 at inapprove ito noong September 2021. No. So March 2021 nag-file ng request at inapprove ito noong September of 2021. Okay.
But that second investigation is not the commencement. The commencement is the investigation motu proprio by the prosecutor. What is the language? It says here, if the prosecutor concludes that there is a reasonable basis to proceed. The word is proceed. That means to say, nagsimula na, ipagpapatuloy lamang. That's all.
Oh, yan. So, ibig sabihin, maliwanag, no? Kasi, bit-bit pa ni Congressman Lagman yung libro at binabasa niya sa libro, hindi galing sa kung saang papel lang, no? Hindi galing sa scratch paper o sa notebook, kundi galing sa libro. So, yun, maliwanag.
Why we should not base our
government's objection to the preliminary investigation by saying that it came after the effectivity of our withdrawal, because the investigation commenced prior to the effectivity of our withdrawal from the ICC. I think that should be impressed on us. Now,
No hate, no red tagging,
Thanks
just
for
intelligent
watching.
discussions. Toby Lucas reactions. Thanks for watching.